As you are probably well aware, there is no destination to be found in life. It flows. Now that flow might find the sea, but it is never disconnected from that body of water. Life is like this, and one can often be battered by it, such that they will look for any kind of an experience to hold on to root themselves in some kind of seeming certainty. When one normally thinks of attachments, they might say something like, "I cannot live without this," or "If I did not have that, this would happen." Well, I'm here to tell you that you've never had a that, or any kind of a this that may or may not go along with it. This illusion of having is as old as the human experience itself. It's a survival mechanism of sorts, where we can erect barriers at various levels of our experiences to protect our impression of who we are from what we aren't sure is of or for us. But these do not shield us from calamity. They proliferate metaphorical wear and tear on the soul, whereby one seeks outside of themselves things to make them feel more whole, or to protect the whole they think they feel they're aware of. But if you were aware of this whole, the whole that is your being, that really is a microcosm of the universe and life itself, tell me, what else, or rather more, would you expect to find out there? Your glass is full. If you tried to add anything to it, you would overflow. And if that glass is you, your life, process, whereupon everything outside of it represents the process of the beings you interact with, what's not in that glass is redundant for you alone to experience. It's excess. What you try to add to that glass is an excess, which just means it's not needed for your process alone. What is there is enough, and because you are all that is in that glass, and that glass is full, you are enough. You are, what should we say, making use out of that glass because you filled it with your presence. If nothing were in that glass, it may as well not be there at all. But you are here. You fill that glass. You are making consciousness work with what it holds. You. And you do so when you're here and aware. Yet you are consciousness. What does this mean? What it means is that when you are present, or here, that is, you notice more of who you know yourself to be in all of your experiencing. You are an explorer of you. What you are living now, exactly as it is, has never been lived before. And if no one has lived it before you have, that makes you an explorer, an adventurer, a storyteller, a dreamer. What follows from this will not surprise you, because no one has experienced what you experience here and now. That means that no one knows what will come next. But there will be a next, because what is, has always been, and always will be. Furthermore, exploring is always of the uncertain. This is what makes life lifelike. If it were otherwise, an unceasing certainty would make us robots, automatons, machines. Mechanics would replace adventure. And what would be the point of that? Where would the fun in that be? Why would consciousness explore that? You are experiencing you because the divine sees you as a worthwhile exploration. And when you take a moment to feel the significance of that, you will realize that there really is very little value in interrupting that exploring by attaching to things. One might be tempted to label such attachments as worthless, yet they are not. They are opportunities, reminders of what it feels like to pick experiences up, to try and hold them. This lapse in allowing, and how it feels, is a reminder to return your awareness to now, to let it move through and move you. It's this principle that makes meditation seemingly impossible for some and flowing for others. Your attention is energetic, creative. The directing of it towards anything makes it grow. Now you may recognize this in one form as an attracting force. Maybe the idea of work comes to mind. You direct your attention and whatever doings that are prompted by the thoughts attracted to your focus towards the task at hand. You manifest, as it were, but in this quest of creating, there's often a tendency to resist what it is that is not most obviously aligned with the direction you're looking to go. Distractions are what they are typically called. Now here's the key, and it makes the difference between working on and working with what it is that you might call Source or your higher self. These distractions are part of the process of flowing. So when we try to push them away, we give them that same energy we use for manifesting what it is that we are focused on. But in this way, we attach to them, wanting them to be somewhere else. And in this wanting of an elsewhere for them, we keep them centered in our awareness and set up a home for them there. This resisting is a working on, and we have shifted our energy towards anchoring that which we resist in our awareness, rather than noticing and working with it. We change our very goal in the process of this reorganization of attention. It really is no wonder that some of our most straightforward endeavors appear so impossibly inaccessible. Now, what would happen if, say, one took the same approach to the many trillions of processes going on in their body at any given point in time? What if one says, I need to breathe, digest my food, keep my heart beating, and make sure my brain is working properly? That's enough for me. What might happen? Well, let's just say you wouldn't be around long enough to wonder about what you might be missing before things go, to say lightly, awry. All of those redundant processes that they neglected to identify were synergistically entwined to keep the whole system from falling apart. Your experiences are like that. The experience is the point, if there ever was one. Each part of it is needed to keep it balanced. No, for it to be experienced. Why is this significant? Because each part of the experience is an experience itself. It's fractal. But also, since every aspect of the experience is needed, each one is the foundation. Experience is the base, including what it is that you attach to, resist, or otherwise attempt to manipulate. It's unending. Your attaching of attention will not arrest this flow. It reroutes it. There is no wrong way to flow. It makes no mistakes, but it does not have to feel so difficult. And doesn't everybody want that?